Hey,
Hey,
Hello.
hey,
ladies are
lovely
back.
sisters, how y'all doing?
Good, good.
I'm doing. How you doing?
Doing good. I love that intro music. I was back here jamming through.
Me too. Me
Nothing
too.
like a
Me
good beat
too.
to keep us going, right?
Perk us up, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Has everybody? No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say hello, 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 and welcome everybody. It's so good to be here again. Looking forward to our awesome show today on gardening. And
Yes.
let's
Yes.
catch up a little bit. I could catch up a little bit with my sisters while we're waiting on some of our guests to come in.
Yes. Felicia Curtis just jumped in.
Hey,
Hey,
Felicia.
Hey, Felicia.
Felicia. Yes. For joining
Says
us.
me
Yeah.
too.
Well, I was just going to say, how's everybody been floating in the rain? We've had so much. I'm so glad that the
hmm
Lord stopped those clouds because I was like, boy, imagine 40 days and 40 nights, and we got that much rain in about 5 days.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Hey, y'all. She said, hey, y'all, please.
Felicia.
But today was a beautiful day, actually. I don't
Man,
know. The
it was
temperature
amazing.
was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come alive in the summertime and the springtime
Mm.
with the warm weather, the long days, and you can be more
Yes.
productive. I look forward to the sunshine coming in the window in the morning and waking me
hmm
up and the nice breeze blowing. So I've been
Yes.
focused on that a lot. And it
I
hasn't,
miss them.
I'm in a little, I'm a few miles away from north of you, Dawn, and it hasn't been raining as much, or I just haven't been paying attention, one or the other. Who knows? But
Yeah. I appreciate the weather out of our pocket for a moment because, keeping the
hear
house
me.
cool during these hot days, boy, I get scared when that bill comes in because it's like, oh my goodness, every day is going up. Hey, Tony, we
Tell
got
me
Tony just
about
say,
it.
hey,
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 Ella's
yeah.
here.
Yes. Oh, there's, you know what? there's old happy mom. She's our guest. That's that I tried to get her so she can be on the panel when we well, I'll let you tell it, Sheila. I don't want to spoil the prize.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I just wanted to welcome everybody. A few of our guests have arrived, and thank you for joining us. If there's anybody new out there, just for your benefit, in case this is your first time joining us or the first time you'll experience this on YouTube when you watch and subscribe later, let's introduce ourselves. Ladies, do you want to go first, Marguerite?
Okay. Well, I'm Marguerite out here in Dixmoor, Harvey area, and excited about tonight's show. I think it's going to be one of the best ones yet. Yay!
All
I
right.
am a herbalist, so I love talking about herbs and natural gardens and all that fun stuff. I love CBD. I'm a certified CBD specialist. I'm a licensed massage therapist. And yeah, I just love vibing. I love vibing with my sisters.
All
Yes,
right, all right.
yes,
And
yes,
tell
yes.
us about you, Dawn, please.
I'm the silly one in the bunch. I kind of realize that now, and but yes, my name is Dawn Haley, and like my sisters, I just enjoy coming together and just talking and sharing ideals to help those that are looking for just different ways to stay healthy. Yes, we're living in an epidemic right now, a pandemic right now, but we can still be we can be the healthiest we can be, and so that's why I enjoy coming together and just sharing. I just share. I don't charge. I give. I share free. I freely share. So
This is true.
that's my, that's kind of what I enjoy doing. This is kind of like my release to just have a good time
That's
with
awesome.
with my ladies.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we love coming before you guys and connecting with each other, vibing with each other around health. We've been doing this for a little over a year now, so it's just it's fun to be able to um, walk in your passion and things that you enjoy doing, and with such a great group of women to do it with. I'm Sheila. Hobson. I'm a certified health coach and with IIN, and I love this movement of becoming, taking care of yourself, being self-aware and being involved in self-care. And I like to encourage my clients to, take charge of your health and be the CEO of your health. And the beauty of it is not only do you get time for self-care, but you spread, the healthy lifestyle habits that you adapt, it transfers over to your family, to your friends and loved ones. And what I really want to see happen is for our community to be healthier and safer and well, mentally, physically, and all of those ways, spiritually, and have a legacy of health and wellness rather than some of the other stuff that we typically see all the time, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm happy for this platform that Dawn called us in to, say, hey, let's get on and let's talk about it. And so, yeah, we're excited for tonight's show. We talk about a variety of topics, and tonight we're going to talk about gardening and living in the garden. And we have Dawn and Marguerite actually were on set and did some live demos with a couple of guests that we're going to talk about. We're going to bring on for you guys to introduce and give you a tour of their own personal gardens, right? We're excited about that. And it's a good learning opportunity. I wasn't able to go because of time constraints for the live on-set videotaping. And shout out to Brother Fred Haley, before I forget, for his invaluable work in the videography department and pulling us all together and the editing behind the scenes, Dawn as well. But a friend of mine volunteers at a community garden that she just recently shared with me. And so I was able to go there, and I wanted to just kind of spotlight that community garden on the south side of Chicago. Is called Sweetwater Foundation Farm. And you can Google, and there's lots of community gardens, and you can just, put your area in and see what's in close proximity to you. But what I really found interesting about this community garden for somebody like me who's not growing my own garden at the moment. I keep saying I'm going to do it year after year, but I haven't started yet. So here's a way to get fresh, live vegetables by going to farmers markets. So Sweetwater Foundation was actually started by a gentleman named Emmanuel Pratt. He doesn't brag or boast about himself, but his coworkers told me like he's Ivy League trained with several degrees, and he could have really write the ticket to go anywhere that he wants to. Dawn is showing a picture of Sweetwater Foundation. Their community garden is on the screen now. But he wanted to come give back to the community. So with that, they're doing, taking a regenerative look at sustainable farming. And what I really like is, what I really love about this mission is that not only do they have a farm that they harvest from and then bring their goods to the farmers market, when they offer up their vegetables, you pay like $3 a bag, and it's called a donation. So if you don't have money to donate for a big, like a grocery size, like a Trader Joe or Whole Foods size bag, you get $3 for that. If you don't have money, you can get it for free. And so they just say, it's no cost. I was there saying like, how much do I pay for this? What am I getting? And they're like, here's a list of what we got. Tell us what you want and how much you want. And so it was just like amazing to be in that environment with that spirit of giving, like Dawn was just mentioning, sharing and giving is so important. And then if not on the outside of the farmers market days, they have the community garden where you can go yourself 4 days a week and bring your own bags and pick your own produce, your own greens and kale and peppers and tomatoes and bok choy. And they just have a good variety of things. So I loved that experience. And maybe we can bring that executive director on one day to talk sometime in the future about, how to start a community garden. I love that experience, and maybe we can bring
you know
that
what?
executive.
I must be playing something.
It's okay. We're gonna keep going. So,
I just wanted to say that one of our viewers, Ella, said that Emmanuel received a fellowship from her organization. So
yeah, MacArthur.
Yeah, MacArthur.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yes, let's work very hard to get him on our show.
Yeah.
And then there was a mention was we wish we had something like that in the South suburbs. And we should have something like that in the South suburbs.
We're in an age where you can start. If you don't have what you need, you can, tap into resources and start. And this guy seemed like he was really open to sharing what he knew. If I had, gotten in touch with him earlier, we probably could have brought him on. But nonetheless, the beauty of it is you have options. And so we're just here at Vibe on Health to give you the options that you need. You can pick and choose what works for you. If you want to start your own garden, that's great. If you want to go to another community garden, like I said, you can do a search and figure out, what is a good proximity to you to get your fresh, healthy, energy-filled vegetables. And so we're gonna bring on a couple of our special guests today. We have Tiffany from Hammond, Indiana, and who was gracious enough to let us view her vision for her garden, and she's going to share with us today. So can we welcome Tiffany?
Yes, we can welcome.
Are you
Tiffany.
there?
Yes.
Hey.
Hello. Hi. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Shall we play your video first, or shall we interview you first?
Well, she was going to tell us a little bit about herself, maybe.
Okay. All right.
So, I'm Tiffany. My first career is I'm a registered nurse. I actually work for Blue Cross Blue Shield, so that may fill in a couple gaps about why I started my own garden in the first place. And I have been doing the whole gardening thing. Actually, this is a mom and me project, so I can't take the sole credit for my garden. When you do look at the video, most of the work, the woodwork and the drilling and all that stuff, I don't feel all that comfortable with. So my mom is the one that did most of the hard, well, we did it together, but she really gets into the hard labor of it. And then I'm pretty much in charge of the everyday maintenance because it's at my house.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. And we've been doing it since 2015. We started with a little small garden, and it's just gotten bigger every year.
Wow.
And so, a lot of bumps in the road. We've learned a lot. Definitely still learning a lot. We've done things wrong and we've done things right. So it's definitely been a learning experience, and it's definitely been like a piece for me mentally. Just getting away from everyday, life.
That's wonderful. So let's take a look at your video. And while you're bringing that up, Dawn, I just want to say, hey, out there to Brenda Faulkner, thanks for joining us.
Yes. So
Patricia,
yes, Patricia, But you know what? Let me say, Patricia, I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to get that video together, but at least I want to say Patricia wanted to be here, but our sister is just trying to get school underway. She's probably got her head spinning in all kinds of directions with her business, and we know if she could have been here, she would have been here. So we just thank her for her support because she is there. So she probably with the others. So imagine that. But anyway, let us bring on Tiffany's garden. Are we ready? You ready? Here we go.
Yeah, a mother-daughter project. The original wood that we use kind of dry rotted from our harsh winters, so we redid everything. So none of our wood is treated. Oh, okay. Yeah, because pre-treated wood has stuff in it, and so in order to keep our garden It's like, because we stopped treating it
Might as well grow as natural
as possible. Yeah. Yeah.
And you said you started what, 5 years ago? Okay, I'm digging this hat.
Thank
Me
you.
too.
Nice.
Let's talk about what you're growing then.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
can you follow us inside there?
But we have kale. I only did two. I couldn't find any really good ones. So I did some stuff by seeds, but I do a lot of stuff by plants, the organic plants that I find in the stores. And then we have 4 okra here. You can see the little okra.
Okra. See, you were always talking about
Shot of this red.
You see the little okras.
Ah, nice.
And there's different types of okra, but this is
can you
the
see
jambalaya okras.
Oh, jambalaya.
Because the Annie okra, I don't know if you heard of those.
Yeah, Annie Okra.
They grow. Yeah, but so it's a plant too. But they grow like this tall. And I put marigolds in there because it helps keep like cats away,
Oh, wow.
some insects away. Strawberry plants.
Look at this.
Oh,
Strawberry
wow.
plant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it's a lot of them on there. And the reason why I have that green thing up right there and these silver things is to keep the birds away.
Oh, they
They will come and take my straw. I can see them from my kitchen. Take a strawberry and just fly away.
Now, how did you learn it? You Google something like that?
So kind of from Googling, but then I joined a couple of groups on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
That some people are saying, yeah.
Nice.
So that's how I found out about that. Whole bunch of collards. These are my favorites. Here, the brown stuff you see on there is coffee ground seeds to keep his cabbage worms. As you can see, they kind of be plain.
Time for you to pull them though, right? And eat.
Yeah.
Pull them and eat. They
Yep.
ready. They
Yep,
ready.
they're ready. And then I also use this stuff called Thuricide. It is organic as well, and it's like a bacteria that they don't like
Oh, okay.
to keep them away. You ever see those little white moths? You think they're moths? But no, they're butterflies. They lay their eggs. I came out here one morning and I turned over the thing and they had a bunch of eggs just around like the stem.
Oh.
And they turn into cabbage worms and that's it.
Oh.
I've been doing also growing thyme, but I usually do like combination planting where you can plant like thyme. That's the thyme plant right there. They also don't like the smell of that either. To keep them away. But the good thing, I planted that after I saw the little white butterflies. But you should plant it like right before with everything you plant. Because now I'm going backwards instead of.
Well, you know what? You learn and you do better.
Yeah.
Learn and you do better.
Back here is sweet potatoes. This is my first year. Our first year growing sweet potatoes.
Wow.
I did not know they grow on a vine. They vine. Yeah, this is all tomato
Oh,
right there.
is this ready?
Yep, that's ready.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Hey, swoop.
Yeah.
No,
it does
not at all.
And these are my bell peppers.
Oh,
So you can see these little flowers. I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of them. I think that I will. And then you see this little bell pepper right here. And this one I'm interested in because this is a Mexi bell pepper, which is a spicy bell pepper. I've never had a spicy bell pepper.
Oh,
You can see my jalapenos right here.
jalapeno. Oh, good.
One of those too.
Hey, I take it. Yes. Hey, why not? Let's see.
Let's know how hot it is. Oh, she eating it right now.
You know what you want? What's interesting to me is, and I'm always interested in like how people lived back in the day when they had to rely on their own food, because you just ate whatever you had.
Right.
So you couldn't say, well, today I'm gonna make stir fry if you don't have stir fry stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting to me.
That's one of the reasons why we were healthier, because we didn't have a variety of things. We ate and lived out of our garden.
Right.
And so, because we've become so industrialized and, get everything from the store and off the shelf.
Yeah.
That we had
So
to work
that's-
to eat.
Hmm?
That we had to work to eat.
We had to work to eat, so you got outside, you had movement,
Yeah,
so
right.
all of
Yeah,
those
true.
things is good
What
for
would
us.
you say to encourage others to grow?
This is a multi-purposeful thing to do. Watching something grow has done something for me mentally or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe I did that. Look what I did, so it's good for me to see things grow. it's good for me to get out of the house and actually in the garden. You know, sometimes we get overwhelmed with everyday life. We forget what living is.
Yeah.
And this is the greatest example of living. You know.
I always say playing in the dirt, you're close to home. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's where we come from.
Yeah.
We come from dirt.
Yeah.
So when you're in dirt, you're playing in home.
Right.
Really appreciate you letting us invade
Yeah.
your privacy for a minute to see what you're growing with God's gifts.
Yeah.
And
Right. Who am I missing?
That's
Let's
really
see. Gotta
good.
get Sleep Sheila in there. Okay, there
Wow,
we go.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
loved every minute of that. And Patricia McGroom made a comment that you have a beautiful garden. I wanted to
Thank
let you
you
know
so
that. And
much.
I agree. Wow, you were rocking, girl. You were telling us like what to plant, all these tips. I wrote down some of them. How to keep the birds away. You learn from Facebook groups, and
Yeah.
on and on and
Yeah.
on. What would you like to share about the video that like highlights? I know you can't tell us everything that you do, but
Yeah. Well, I think that it's important to be able to have a skill. I mean, you know, everybody doesn't have a green thumb, right? But it's at least important to try. If I never tried, because I have never had good experience with houseplants. So you would have never told me that, like years and years ago, that I would be able to do, you know, a garden and keep them alive. But it's definitely, if you're looking for something to connect with earth and, you know, clear your thoughts, you know, you can always try gardening. It's definitely has done wonders for me. You know, just being able to, you know, go outside and have a purpose for going outside, you know.
wow.
Wow.
It's been beneficial for me in that way. So I always encourage people to, you know, have a skill like that, especially, you know, we don't know what's going to happen when, you know, Jesus come back. We may have to grow our own food and forcefully, you know. So
Yeah.
it's good to either, you know, have that experience. So
That's awesome. And I would really love one of those sweet potatoes. I started getting hungry. You're talking about okra and mangoes to keep the somebody away, the cats or somebody.
yeah, the marigolds.
Strawberries. I was like,
are-
you got everything
Yes.
going in there.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
garden.
the marigolds. I know that like last year we didn't do marigolds, and we
You
had a
said
huge
marigolds.
problem with yes, we just had a huge problem with bugs and stuff, and we realized at the end of the season that we didn't do the marigolds.
Yeah.
So you know, I have learned now to keep a journal. I write down everything that we've
That's
done that
good.
was successful.
Yeah.
I didn't do that at first. I'm not going to even, you know, lie. So I had to learn how to do that and keep up with what I'm doing because it definitely does help.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yep.
then you know, and like Ella said, she said it's great therapy, and it is. It
Yes.
is, you know, because
Yes.
you're getting the essential things that your body needs in
Yes.
order to be out there and put your hands in that dirt. So
Yes.
Yeah, that was something that I really that stuck out for me was you described how you benefited from the purpose and the mental health aspect of it. Just getting
Right.
outside, getting some fresh air, like we always say,
Right.
getting some sunshine and some vitamin D, original and natural vitamin D.
Yes.
It does wonders. And working in the earth, which we're part of, you know. So,
Right.
man, kudos to you
Right.
for
Because
all
at least for me, everything in my house has nothing to do with me. Everything that I do in my home, I'm washing dishes for somebody else. I'm washing clothes for somebody else. You know, you know, it's not. You
Yeah.
know, the purpose is not just for me. So you kind of get those things are like more of chores.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
garden is definitely not a chore because it's for me. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
And that's
benefits everybody, but
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everybody benefits for it. And
Thank
that's
you.
what I was
Thank you.
describing. You found a way to have self-care and then it spills
Yes.
over to everything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
That you do.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And
thank you guys
thank
for having me.
you.
I appreciate it. Nice to meet you guys.
I really
Yeah.
enjoyed
You guys
the visit.
again.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
very
and my
nice.
husband said, you guys may have to do a part 2 of gardening. I said, well, you know, that's we can definitely consider that, and at least we
Yeah.
know who to come to. But Yes, I share the same as Sheila, and of course Marguerite. Thank you for coming and sharing your story and
Thanks for
showing us
having
some
me.
beauty of God. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
just beauty
Yeah.
of God.
Yes.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
And I just wanted to say before you leave, Tiffany, that you're talking about journaling and keeping notes. You sounds like you got an ebook, girl, as an
Yes.
entrepreneur.
Right.
Because this is a movement, and there's a lot of people out there who want to get involved, and they just don't know where to start.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Maybe I could put something together.
You should. You should.
And the fact
I'll buy it.
you're you know you're not mature as the ladies on the panel here is good to see
Season.
our younger generation respecting gardens, because I know I was just reflecting on it myself, is that when my grandparents were we gotta eat something out that garden, and I think that mentality sort of rolled off on our children, and now we're trying to hone back in to something that we naturally already have done, because that's what our forefathers, not just specifically thinking about slavery, even before they got off that boat, that's what we were. So we're just going back to our natural habitat of gardening and tilling the land. So so thank you. I just had to
exactly.
That's a good
point. That's a good point.
Yes, but at any rate,
thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, and enjoy.
Thank you guys for having me
with the kids. Enjoy the rest of your evening and be safe.
You too, guys too. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
see you guys.
Our
pleasure.
Pleasure. So thank you. I know you're a busy mom. So let's bring in our next guest, which is James Anderson. Is James able to join us live, or are we just going to
show he's not going to join us live, but we're going to still show his video. But before we show his video, there was a statement made from Kay. She said, I wish we had community gardens or something like that. They're there, but they're so few and far between. I happened to come across one in Harvey, and let me. It was a community garden embedded within a community, and what they, of course, a community garden is everybody on the block. They build their little what do you call this? I forgot what it's called, but anyway, we'll hear about it. But they built this so they're not necessarily in the ground. They raise, and so they all share, and everybody sees their specific one, and they just share. And so I just, when I saw it, I said, Daddy, stop the car, let's go. Let me take a, let's take a look at this, and I'm going to film it. And it just happened to be, during the time we were, that we were doing our show, close to our show. So it was just perfect. There's a little strawberry. But anyway, I just wanted, I wish that more of the Southern communities would consider that. I think when it was talked about, well, who's gonna till it? How it's gonna keep the weeds and stuff out? People just always think the negative things instead of looking at let's bring people together, and that's how we can learn about our neighborhood. That's so anyway, true. I just wanted to get that out. And but
Thank you for sharing.
Let's see, who is that? Who's that? Oh, that's Tiffany. She's still with us, but she's just in the background. We're gonna bring James on. I did not, Mr. Haley. Where is James? I know he's in Louisiana. Did you get the information on James, Sheila?
James was originally from Chicago, and I know that he lives in Louisiana now. Okay. And I don't know how long he's been gardening, but I was introduced to him this spring from a video, and he does YouTube videos a lot. So let's go ahead and dive in and look at James. He's probably more.
Let's bring James to oh, wait a minute. Hold on. James is here. Let's bring him in. Hey.
Welcome to Vibe on Health, James. Thank you for being here.
You sound like, are you on mute? Okay, got you. Hear you. No. We hear you. All right, there you go.
You know the deal. You know to turn your camera phone. Awesome. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us how long you've been gardening.
Hello, everyone. My name is James, and I did a garden maybe 3 years ago, and I was inspired by Brother Fred Haley. Okay, and it was nothing big. I just did some cabbage and some greens and some carrots. Okay, and
Nothing big.
everything came out well, and I learned a little, but not nearly, not even a quarter of what I've learned now. So I just decided late last year, the pandemic happened, and I came home from work one day. My wife was took some greens. And Melinda, did you stop by your mother's house for greens? And she was like, "Oh, these are your greens that came garden from a year and a half
Came
ago."
back up.
And where
Right,
was it?
right.
They were in the freezer. I said, "What? Y'all hear me?"
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. You're breaking up a little bit, but we can hear you.
So,
Keep going for us, please.
okay, I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna try to so I can join you guys from my computer. But I'm gonna keep. So when the pandemic, I saw that there was a control issue with going to the store, trucks moving around, and things of that nature.
Right.
Kind of run that I need to start growing my own food. Okay, and so
Yeah.
I was motivated to start growing, and so that's how
Someone is saying more volume, please. You know what, James? I tell you what. You said you were going to set up on your computer. Why don't, if it's okay, ladies, why don't we just go ahead and play his video
Let's play the
while
video
you're getting
and bring
set
it
up
back in.
and
Yeah.
bring you back in? Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Well, here we go,
We'll bring you
ladies.
in after your video,
This is
James.
what I do.
okay.
Let that rainwater fall in here. And then I get this stinky, apparently dirty water. And I pour it in here. And that's banana, that's some funky water, I'm telling you. I've already came out and
Wow.
harvested this morning. Aloe vera, kale, celery, lettuce, my peppers. They love this stuff. Cuban ale peppers, my banana trees love their own stuff. This pepper plant, and even Little Smoke got a couple tomatoes left over there. And I just pour it out there. Cabbages, some collards. I hit these lettuce plants right there already today. Oh, she's turning red. I hit these lettuce plants this morning too. So, just hit them a little bit. And that's it. Cover them back up. Because every critter in the community, when they smell that funk, they come looking. Here is my lettuce harvest for today.
Wow.
Quite a bit. I just got it packed down in there. Then I got some I'm sorry y'all, some green onions. And I put them in this bag, and I got fogged up. I got some celery today, and I got kale.
Wow.
And I feed them all that same water. And that's it. Right, family. This is City Planner 225 back again to show you all something that I do when I have to make an adjustment. And here we go. As you can see, my romaine about at its end, and the two over there. And my kale is very old. As you can see, they have long stems. And it's getting to be that time of year where it's hot. And you can't find lettuce, you can't find spinach, and you can't find kale plants anywhere. And it's just that time of the year, okay? But so this is what I do to make that adjustment. I go buy a bag of soil. This happened to be some Tiger soil, some Tiger potting soil from the LSU Agri. And it's formulated for this region, and it can adjust to the plants, and it's already fertilized, and it's a pretty good soil. I used it last year, and I had a pretty good outcome with my lettuce. In fact, the lettuce that was in those boxes and the lettuce that was in this bag, I got lettuce out of that bag much longer than the ones over there. They bolted quicker, which means the flowers came up from the middle of them a little fast. Yeah, as you can see, I kind of broke the middle off here. You can see down right there, I broke the flowers off to try to make the plant last longer and give me leaves a little longer. But I ended up having to go and do this. So what I got down in this soil is arugula, which are these, and chicory, which is the bigger leaves. And if you go buy your salads from some of these different places, you'll see some of these. You'll definitely see some of this arugula in there, and they have a slight difference in taste, one from another. But since I like eating fresh food in my salad, fresh salads out of the yard that I grow myself, this is what I have to do. So I just, and it's quick and it's clean. What you do is you get the bag, you punch holes in one side, and I have it sitting on the lid of a tub, as you can see. So you can always just pick it up and move it. It's pretty mobile. I punch drain holes in the bottom side of the bag, and then I turn it over to this side, and I just get scissors and just cut a little panel out and just make room for 4 holes. And I have these biodegradable pots, and I just stick them down in there and then just water it in and let them go. So once again, City Planner 225, just want to give you all that one quick tip and idea of something that I do when I have to make adjustments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Watching. Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, nice.
Yes, James. Mr. City Planter 225.
Yes.
We gotta everybody go and subscribe to James Anderson's City Planter 225 on YouTube. Is that where they can find you?
Yes, I have a few videos on there, but right. I just the last one I did was a 9-minute one. I just put it on Facebook. I didn't even put it on YouTube.
There you go.
I just put it on my Facebook page, and I called it some kind of harvest, and I just went through, got some cantaloupe, some cucumbers, tomatoes, and went on in peppers and went on in the house.
Man, I was hearing carrots, cabbage, green onions, kale, celery, lettuce, peppers, tomatoes, arugula, chicory. Man, y'all are blowing my mind, because I got a few house plants, but and I bought them lettuce plants before where you just keep them all summer and pull the leaves off of them and put them in your window. But y'all are jamming. I'm telling you, like, this is amazing.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning so much.
And I'm learning
this whole COVID pivot that you did to do your own thing so you could eat fresh.
That's why I did it. That's basically why I did it. And And now I look, I go to class every Sabbath day, Sister Dawn, with bags to give to people. Here's some
man.
tomatoes and peppers, cucumbers. I gave away 2 watermelon this past Sabbath. Sabbath before I gave away a
I
cucumber.
bet
Yep.
that was one of the best tasting watermelons because it's nothing like
Let me tell you.
getting it, not waiting 2 weeks to get it.
Right. And then Melinda took a she cut up a cantaloupe Friday evening, and she cut up a sugar baby watermelon, and my household ate from that. And then we even shared with a few other people because it was some left over. Like I got the sugar baby watermelons that are red, and then I got those my bigger watermelons are the ones that's yellow on the inside, and they are super sweet. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we really appreciate you coming and sharing with us today. And
no problem. And I'm sorry I got on late. Huh?
No worries. No worries.
It worked out great.
Tell us again.
Did y'all have any questions?
Right on time. You were right on time.
Do y'all have any questions about your garden or any concerns?
Well, Fred is saying now he's motivated by you, and somebody's saying thanks, and you inspiring. The also happy mom said Brother James is inspiring me to post on YouTube. So where can we find you on YouTube and Facebook at the City Planter 225?
Yes, on YouTube, but on Facebook, just my page, my regular old page, James Anderson.
Okay.
And I'll post pictures and videos on there. And you know, I'm gonna tell you what I found, that whenever I post them on YouTube and then I share the YouTube to my page, nobody watches them. It's as if they don't want my YouTube channel to grow up, blow up and stuff. But it's no biggie to me. I ain't trying to get no money. I'm just helping people and trying to let them know that, hey, you don't have to grow everything you eat, but you can try to grow 1 or 2 things that you eat. Okay.
Yeah. Those were great tips. Great tips.
Yeah.
See, look, like this year, Sister Dawn, what I realized is I got all those tomato plants out there, and we don't really eat tomatoes like that. You see? So next year, those tomato spots gonna be watermelon spots. Because we eat a lot of watermelon, okay? Yeah. Then I took my 2 raised beds over there, that the wooden beds that you saw, that I grew greens and cabbage and lettuce and stuff like that in. I turned both of them this morning permanently now. One of them, the long, narrow one, is a blueberry box.
Wow.
I put 3 blueberry plants in there. And then the big wide one is a blackberry patch. Ooh. So now those are permanent. I don't have to do no maintenance on them anymore. They're just, and I took those white poles that I had that I used to put my plastic over to make it a greenhouse. Now it doesn't have to be a greenhouse anymore. It's just one of them is going to be a blackberry box, and the other just going to be a blueberry box. So I'm adjusting as I go to just growing what we consume the most here, which is going to be blackberries, blueberries, cucumbers, peppers, watermelon, and cantaloupe. That's it. 6
You know what? You before we let you go, there were a couple of questions. One, what is your handle again? People are asking for your handle, your YouTube channel. What was that again?
City Planter 225.
I just followed. I just subscribed.
Hey, how about that?
Planter 225.
And
another question was.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Another question was, what is in that water?
It was rainwater, right?
I'm gonna show y'all something. I got like some banana trees out here in my yard. I got 2 varieties, Cavendish and ice cream. Now my ice cream banana trees, they grow pretty tall. And so what you do is you don't want to have more than 3 leaves on each tree. So once you get a new leaf pop up out the middle, you cut away the oldest leaf, right? So what I do is my oldest leaves and my banana peels go in this tub. That's all that's in there. Banana peels and banana leaves,
Banana
and I pour rainwater in it.
Okay.
And as that banana substance break down, it's got a lot of micro and macronutrients in it, mostly calcium, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay. And then you even get a little magnesium up in there. I think it's a couple of more little micronutrients. But your plants love that stuff, and it's already soluble. So once it hits the roots can eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's just like juicing. I can make that comparison with juicing, because with juicing, it doesn't go through the digestive process. It just goes straight to your bloodstream.
Yeah.
So what you just explained, it goes straight to the roots and gives the plants what it needs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Thank you, brother.
And one more thing, Brother Don.
Yeah.
At the bottom of that tub, I just keep putting rainwater on top of them leaves and banana. That water turns brown. It stinks like sewer water, but the plants do jumping jacks when they get that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Yes, ma'am. So after about 9 months of me steadily recycling water over those items, once I'll go out there and empty it, I'll water everything, and all of that sludge that's in the bottom, just banana peel pieces and leaf pieces, I'll make little holes between my plants. I'll just pull away a little bit of that soil, and I'll drop a chunk of that stuff in each one of them holes.
Yeah, so it's almost like you're composting, but it's wet.
It's composting in rain barrel water.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Brother James, we're gonna go to our next video. We have one more. And we appreciate you being here so much. Big kudos to you and applause. Thank you for the good work that you're doing and for taking your time to share with us today. We might have to do a part 2 and have you come back.
We are going to have to do a part 2.
We are so much information.
I see it.
A lot of information.
So stay on the show. Go ahead
I'm
and stay on and listen. Thank you. And who do we have next, Dawn? Is Kay?
We have coming to the stage. We have. I was trying to get Miss Kay on there. I told her to send me her email, or can you try? Oh, okay. So while I'm going to bring, try to get Kay on here, we're going to go ahead and do her video. Okay.
Great. Wonderful.
So here we go, guys.
And this is Kay.
With Kay Robinson and her menagerie. Is that the right way to say it? Garden. She's got so much stuff here. I think she could feed a tribe, maybe even more, right? A couple tribes. So when did you start gardening, my dear?
We moved into the house in '93 in the fall. '94 was the first time I planted anything. My husband and my grandmother gardened in the house that we were in before we came here. So like, he said, you don't have a garden? You don't have a garden? Because tomatoes are, yes. So he said, yeah, go get whatever you want to get. So a couple weeks passed. I said, we don't have a garden. He said, yeah, go get what you. I said, but are you going to plant it? He said, girl, I got to go to work. I said, where's bugs? There are bugs out there. There are bees. He said, bugs are not thinking about you. If you want to grow something, have at it. I have not looked back.
And we're about to show you. So that's '94. So you've been doing that for
almost 30 years.
30 years?
And I rest every 7 years.
Oh,
even before I knew.
Oh, wow.
Every 7 years.
You rest the garden.
I rest the garden.
Okay. And that makes a difference. That does make a difference.
This year, this is a learning experience. We ended up having one bed filled with compost, and then this bed didn't have anything. So I went on and sprinkled some seeds in. Boom. The compost made it go.
So these are the beans?
These are beans.
And you said your daughter took all of the ones
So
off.
she took the snap peas, but I do have some yellow. You can pop it off.
I'm eating
These are good. This is why you should have a garden, because you don't have to worry about rinsing anything.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I'm treating. So I treat with diatomaceous earth, And now that I have blooms on everything, I probably won't be using that again because it's an indiscriminate killer, so it'll kill bees. And we don't want that. But what I use a lot of is peppermint oil. Yep. Just you put it in water with a drop of chemical-free sort of dish soaps. A little bit of that, and then you just spray. The bees are not bothered by it, but the things that don't
Eat away at your food.
it'll get rid of those.
That's good.
And also, if you have to trim your plants, when you trim it, the plant gives off a pheromone that lets all the insects know that it's been damaged.
Wow.
So if you spray either rosemary oil or peppermint oil around the plant, it hides that pheromone. So then you don't have animals coming in and
Eat
or
your
bugs
food.
coming in and eating. Yeah.
Well, tell us what have you planted on? I see lettuce.
Yeah.
And we have already had a salad. Isn't that cool? You can just grab all you need to put your salad in, and it's such a different taste.
It is.
It's a different taste.
And I tell you, I know you guys grow lettuce.
Yeah.
I didn't thin my lettuce back at the beginning. I waited for it to get to this size, and then I thinned that way. So I pulled out bunches of them so that the other would have room, and we had a whole head for, or I guess you could call it a head. And I have these.
Do you eat your beet leaves?
I put them in the refrigerator because I knew Dawn Haley was gonna have some advice for that.
I eat my beet leaves with my salad.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Yep. And then I have shallots, the beets, turnips,
Oh, okay.
and then some more
And this is
dill.
dill? What's
This is all carrots.
Oh, carrots. Yeah.
Yes.
So guys, you can just take this out.
Much better, yes.
Any carrots ready?
You know what they aren't?
Are they not ready?
No.
How do you feel they
You will start to see them. It's
To
called
see
their
the
shoulders. So
Oh,
their shoulders will
wow.
start to push up out of the soil. when
Yeah.
It's ready.
Oh, okay.
Carrots.
Carrots, onions, for
And
eggs.
so, when you having it bunched up like this, that doesn't prevent them from.
It does. And this is how my thinning back is that I'll just grab a bunch that makes room for the rest of them, and then I can use that bunch of eggs or whatever. I did the same thing with the lettuce. Now my beets are getting to the point where they are ready to be pulled out.
I'll take some beet leaves.
Okay.
If you want to give them away.
Yes, ma'am. And then over here I have lemongrass.
Yep, lemongrass. You know, this lemongrass tastes so good in salad.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
So I got lemongrass. I have tomatoes that I probably should not have planted with, but I did.
Oh, look at that. Is it, can I pluck that?
You can.
But I hear it's nasty like that.
No, it's sweet.
It's
Okay. How many corns you think you like?
It's supposed to set like 2 or 3 ears on each stalk.
Oh,
So these are sweet potatoes. And I hear that you can saute the leaves. Like
I'm gonna get one of these cherry tomatoes.
I'm glad you said that.
Nah, beat me to it.
For people who
think they need a large space to garden, you can patio garden. You do not need to have in ground. You can do it. A lot of these are melons. It was so successful last year that I planted several pots of melons this year.
all you need is a slab and some buckets, and you can still grow.
Tastes so much better from the garden.
Well,
Well, we just had a fantastic day. It's a beautiful garden. You want to thank you for letting Bob
let Miss Bob in your
Oh.
garden.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
wow,
Yes.
that was amazing. Didn't you guys love that? That was a gorgeous garden, I'm telling you. And I don't know if you have a name for your garden, Kay, but that was like the Garden of Eden to me. I felt better just watching the video. Like I can imagine being out there in that. That's a seasoned gardener, and you could tell that garden was amazing.
Beautiful.
Almost 30 years.
Wow.
Since 94. It was so impressive. No, just saying, so impressive. What are your thoughts?
Well, one of the things, of course, I was, blown away by her garden as well. Because we had different levels of gardening, and that's the beauty of what we presented today. What I really took away from with all the other things is you don't have to have a backyard to be a gardener.
Yeah.
You see,
Felicia,
a corner of her backyard with a slab and used buckets, different types of pot holders and things like that. And she used her space to create more gardening. So if you don't have a backyard, or if you're in an apartment, you can still have a garden. I don't have a backyard, or I can't build it like the different little beds that you saw. That shouldn't stop you. Get you some seeds and start growing. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself, because that's one of the things Kay did say, is that people think they gotta jump out in the ocean, and just like Brother James said, just start a little bit at a time, and then, like you said, grow the stuff that you enjoy eating. Then it makes it even more pleasurable. So that's pretty much what I had to say. Yeah.
What did you think about that, Marguerite?
Oh, I really enjoy. I mean, the way that they videotaped it was very beautiful, but it doesn't even compare to seeing it in person. It was even more amazing, because these plants are so huge and vibrant, and eating straight from your garden, you get much more nutrition, and you got to worry about the chemicals. It's just, and on top of that, her husband pickled some cucumbers that were delicious.
Oh my gosh. I missed a wonderful treat I see, because Dawn was eating right out of the garden. And
I was eating so much, I beat her husband out of eating one of the tomatoes. Like, I was going to get that, but Dawn beat me too.
And there's a life force. That's the word I was looking for in our gardens. And when we take that in, then we're going to have that same energy. What did you think about the garden, Brother James?
Well, the first thing that stuck out to me was how at home she was in her garden. Did y'all notice that?
I did. I pieced all the way out.
Yes, she was at home. She was at peace. And she put a lot of love into that garden. It was beautiful. She had everything sectioned off. It was just it was beautiful. And I don't think I could see a garden that won't impress me. It all impresses me, because what you're doing is you're watching God's work up close.
That's the truth. Yes,
that's what you're watching, and that's what keeps amazing me every time I go out there. I see something that amazes me. That I say, man, Lord is awesome. But her garden is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm gonna tell you something else I noticed too. See, once you become a gardener, you become a recycler. You recycle things and repurpose them and reuse them, and you look at things different. You actually become a different person when you start gardening. And you can see that she repurposed things. Like, she had all those red cups out there. You see that? And so, yes. And so she had all these trellises made around those little pots. And she was right. If you have a patio or a little deck at your house, you can grow things right there. If you don't have any yard and you have some south-facing windows, you can grow in your south-facing window. You have windows that face the south, you can grow in those windows. Okay?
That's a good point. Even with herb, like a herb garden or something.
Yes,
Like Sister Dawn, I think your living room window faces south, right, Sister Dawn?
Yes.
Your living room window face, and you can actually sit plants right in that window if you wanted to, and they would grow with that sun, even in the wintertime.
Yeah, believe you me, after Mr. Haley saw how Kay repurposed her area in her backyard, we probably gonna have some more stuff going on. We're gonna have to probably say, come on over, y'all. come, you know, because it's not, you know, I mean, it really, as you say, every time you're in that garden, you're learning something new. And from Tiffany to yours, Brother James, to Kay's, you guys really, and I hope our audience enjoyed the show of God's blessings, because you know, as time is getting revving up the way that it is, and you know, it's gonna come to a point that you're gonna have to use these to eat, you know, and not rely on kind of going in that store and buying a packaged or whatever, you know, until, you know, until such time we can't. But, you know, that's one of the reasons why, you know, we collectively as a group decided to do a garden, because it's something that we want to start teaching our children. They need to start.
Love it. I love it. Keep it going. And look, Sister Dawn, Brother Kit and Sister Pam, you know they're gardeners too, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do a part 2. We want to
we're gonna do a part 2.
We want to thank everybody for showing up. We couldn't do this without you guys. First and foremost, we love our host. We love just like chatting about health and going back and forth about what we learned and sharing with each other. But we couldn't do this show without you guys. So I just want to give you guys a big kudos and round of applause for always being here and supporting us. We need you, and we thank you, and we appreciate you so much. And you know where to find us, because we're going to keep vibing on health, right? We'll be back the second Tuesday of August, or we'll announce what it's going to be and when. Thank you so much, Brother James. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Kay. Much love to our special guest today and my fabulous host, Dawn, and Marguerite with Mom's Herbs. You guys follow us, share this video so we can keep the green goodness going, and the peace and the mental wellness and all those good things that come out of, and this delicious food. I can't wait to try some of it. So any parting words before we go, because we're running over a little bit on time today.
Just a little bit. We're running over, but this was good. This was good. You know, I mean, I pretty much said what I had to say. You know, people learn how to use your hands to grow, because it's, you know, it's in our natural ability to do that. We just got to get back home and start growing.
And Marguerite, you want to say any parting words?
Well, I want to tell everybody to go over to Vibe on Health on Instagram and on Facebook, because after we did our whole tour, I got a chance to get some kale from Brother Fred, and I made the creamy kale salad, and that was the best tasting kale fresh out the garden. It's nothing like that. I never tasted kale that tender and delicious.
That's good. That's good. So we got a lot of good takeaways. We got a lot of good
recipe is on the thing.
So we're gonna follow the recipe. We're gonna follow the city planter at 225. We're gonna be checking out these awesome visionary gardening geniuses. And you guys, we're gonna share out some more tips, but we want to just, you know, be encouraged to take charge of your health. Get some exercise in your garden, connect with the earth, get the fresh air, eat the fresh food, and let's just keep going from there.
Yes.
All right.
Everybody be safe.
Peace, everybody.
Good night. Peace.
And love.
Thank you, guys.